Over the 18 years, the industry has changed tremendously, and we've all kind of been looking at the change from very close quarters. It all started with the COVID. Then you had very recently the crisis in the Red Sea. You had the Baltimore bridge collapse. And in the interim, what happened is that India also matured as logistics service providing ecosystem. The National Logistics Policy, the Gati Shakti Initiative, the dedicated freight corridors, the e-way bill, all kind of made us a very matured, progressive logistics nation. That's being reflected in the scores. India is kind of improving every year. So logistics today is a great place to be. Also globally, India has signed the Trade and Economic Partnership Agreement. It has signed the EFTA with a lot of European countries. All those initiatives will further boost our export. We are also invested in the Chabar port in Iran. So as a country also, we're getting very ambitious in terms of how we can develop our own domestic logistics infrastructure and at the same time play a role in global logistics and infrastructure development. So when we have engaged with our customers, they have also appreciated that this is a challenge that all of us have to face together. It is not a challenge that only the logistician has to face. It is a challenge that all components of the industry have to face. And apart from that, there's been a lot of support from the government. If you've heard the news, governments have stepped up to the challenge that happened, whether in the Red Sea or any other. How industries have collaborated with logistics, understanding the challenges and working towards a solution. So it is essentially a solution that all of us are a part of. Logisticians, of course, a much major part because we do the heavy lifting to deliver the solution. But the ecosystem has supported us very well. Customers understand that these are challenges that are acts of God, which we are facing, which are rare instances. And for any rare instance, there have to be solutions that are also a little out of the box. So we need to go longer routes, greenhouse gas emission also increases, our boxes take longer time to come back. But all in all, if you step back and look at it, even today, it's been phenomenally well managed. And we are all very proud of that. It's such a strong tech company that anything and everything we do has tech embedded into it. That process is enabled by a lot of technology. So we are investing a lot of money in tech, in AI, in MI, in data analytics, cloud infrastructure. But I kind of now look at it as a part of our business because we are such a tech and digital company. Our platforms for our EQ360, our GEMS development, which is the ERP for Allcargo Gati. There's a lot of tech and digitization is happening across the group. At any level in the organization, be it at Allcargo or anywhere else, is to stay focused on the customer. I think the very essence of doing a business is to how you can serve the customer, how you can bring solutions to the customer, how customers stay more loyal to you. Because loyal customers essentially are very important for the sustainability of a business. And that's where the focus is for the entire group, Allcargo, where I work. How do we give better service to the customer? How does he give us more loyalty? How we are more loyal to him? So that's essentially the whole piece that I'll be kind of focusing on. At the same time, looking at newer avenues for growth, how the business can grow much faster, not just in terms of revenue, but in terms of delivering the bottom line, delivering stakeholder value. By stakeholder, I mean shareholders of the group that we now have on the stock exchange with 4 independent managing directors running the companies only enables us to focus on the areas that each of this company needs to deliver. It makes it much more sharper. Because as a group, now we do everything in logistics. We have express business, which does the express movement on air and surface. We have CFS and ICD stations. We have warehousing and logistics parks. And we also move ocean and air freight across the world. So essentially anything that you need to move internationally or domestically, the group is now playing into that. So we've become really the largest homegrown Indian multinational company, if you may wish. 4 companies have their own priorities and their 4 deliverables. So whichever company needs to be asset heavy will be asset heavy. Whichever needs to run on an asset light model will run asset light. Whichever needs to run on a hybrid model will run hybrid. But all this will essentially ensure that all the 4 companies are very agile, very resilient, and very responsive, and delivering what finally the customer needs to be delivered from each of them. The most important strategy to improve margins, one is cost optimization. A lot of work is happening there. Cost optimization happens in a way that you improve your utilization across various areas, you improve your efficiency, you remove the muda from the system, and the progress that we have made over the past few months and years that we are working towards this with a focus area is that we are seeing a lot of delta in that term on this initiative. Allcargo, as I said earlier, is the largest homegrown multinational company. We will continue being in that space. We will continue to delight customers in terms of growing our market share where we work with them. We will onboard new customers. And as we have grown over the last 30 years, which has been phenomenal, I think we will continue to be the largest homegrown multinational company growing ahead. We will add more avenues of business and more solutions that add more industry verticals to us, and how we become a trade facilitator in the nation in terms of easing the logistics supply chain, making it more resilient, making it more productive. That will be the focus of the group.